Mayor, councilmen and women, I'm Susan Gunter. I'm a resident of Skyline Drive, and I'm the attorney who filed the appeal from the Planning Commission. And I want to say just a couple of things, but first, in response to Mr. Pownell, you all have seen the Grubbs report. It was attached to the last ordinance that rolled off your docket. And if you've read it as carefully as I did, it said that those were preliminary observational assessments and that a geotechnical survey designed to specifically look at that needed to be done in order to make sure that what they saw as they walked around was true. The engineer Grubbs didn't want to be sued for being wrong. They said what they did was look in a book that has the believed soils there. So they were very clear that their observational walk-around, what the realtors call a drive-by, was not the equivalent of a geotech. It has confused me the whole time we've talked about this, why we would approve something before we have a geotechnical survey. What happened over at North Park Mall should not have happened, but that was 1962. We've got 21st century technology. We have the ability to develop a better hillside cut ordinance than the one you have. And frankly, it occurs to me that whether or not there is hardship for adjacent commercial property probably shouldn't be the standard. Your ordinances go to great lengths to protect existing residential neighborhoods. For example, we were entitled to the 96-foot buffer because this is a residential neighborhood adjacent to C3, adjacent to a freeway. And that's an effort to prevent some of the noise, some of the pollution that we're going to see when this is developed. But why should the standard be whether there's hardship on the other side of the property? Why shouldn't you all develop an accurate, scientific standard for hillside cuts? Call a moratorium until you can discuss it and do that. And I will mention to you that the last moratorium I looked at to get an idea of what they look like, so maybe we can take one to Mr. Carter, is the blinking sign moratorium, caused, I believe, by maybe the Pentecostal sign itself. So what I would suggest is that we stop discussing this and have a geotech and also have some thought put into what do you want to do on hillside cuts. Because if Mr. Carter's right, and this is not a waiver, I think he tried to tell Mr. Hyde that 2 weeks ago, that it's not a waiver. What is it? Your ordinance calls it a deviation. But a deviation requires review by the Planning Commission and approval by you all. Just one more quick thing in response to the attorney for the developer, for the seller. Major cuts, excavation, grading, and filling where the same material changes the site. There's going to be a lot of excavation irrespective of the height of the cut into the hillside. Lots and lots of dirt is going to be rock chipped out of there and hauled off. We believe that is something that requires your approval. Don't approve it. Thank you.
Thank you.